Back at the start of 2020, I created a channel on my Discord server and asked members to create and lab new TSPIN tech. It's been a bit over 3 months since then, and now that we have some submissions, it's time to show them off. There were a lot of janky setups, but a few good ones, which are what I'll be highlighting in this video. With that being said, let's start from the beginning. The first setup that caught my eye was sent by Ami, which is a TSPIN triple continuation. You can recognize it by the top hat shape that's made on top of the TST hole. After the TSPIN triple, you can use an L or J piece to create another, completing the sequence. While it's a new way to work with TST overhangs, I wouldn't quite say it cleans it up, since the board gets put into an even worse state. I thought this setup was pretty cool, so I decided to mess with it. As you may already know, TSPIN triples and STSDs only have a 1 block difference, so I tried swapping out the continuation and here's what I got. I took out a block here to make room for an I piece, and then used the same concept to complete the STSD. It was at this point that I noticed something interesting. Since there's a block missing at this spot, this situation is perfect for a BT continuation. I actually used this STSD to BT sequence in my quiz video. Overall, this setup has been good to work with, and I think there's potential with this concept. This next setup is made by Keej, who is pretty much my favorite TSPIN user at this point. The concept is actually very simple when you break it down. It's an STSD, but deconstructed. When compared to a standard STSD, you get the first TSD faster, but delay the second one, hence the name. DSTSD also works well in the air, but you have to have enough foresight and preparation to get a wide enough space for it. Keej has been using this in a ton of setups, and some of the stuff you can do with it is really cool. Here are some examples of them. This concept doesn't end there though, because there's still another variant. Sent in by MEPIDC, this setup is basically DSTSD but with the L or J piece flipped. It's conceptually the same as DSTSD, but with a different queue to set up and a few other cool things you can do, such as this setup which I labbed on stream over at twitch.tv/garbocan_, which speaking of, I stream every day at 7 PM PST, so come watch. Similar to a Shichiku train conversion, due to the J piece being hung down like this. Oh, and the same concept's also used in the hilariously named Holy Trinity, which replaces Trinity's STSD with an RDSTSD, originally done by Winternebs. Our next setup makes use of a fairly simple concept that's surprisingly underused. Winternebs sent this picture, which uses a Z-piece overhang from the lower TSD to build an incomplete and donated TST. The reason I find this one surprisingly underused is because I never actually noticed how perfect the TST shape is here. There's a few other cool things you can do with this concept, such as where I made a fractal continuation out of the residue. Also, as I was writing the script, I noticed that you can actually mix this with Ami's tech, making for an incomplete TST into 2 full TSTs. From Yakin and Ami, this next concept starts with an L or J piece being hung above a hole. After that, you can actually cut part of the hanging piece off with a TSD, which leaves residue below for what could be a TSPIN triple, STSD, or many other types of overhang setups. There are 2 variants. Ami's variant cuts the bottom part, whereas Yakin's cuts the top. Keep in mind that Yakin's version is a bit more flexible, since you can do things like DT cannon that require a block right here that the other variant wouldn't be able to do because there's no floor for the Z piece to sit on. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you want to join the Discord and talk to either me or one of the other members who helped out with labbing, you can do so by using the URL 4wide. Also, check out my streams over at twitch.tv/garbocan_. I stream every day at 7 PM PST, and I do a lot of fancy T-spins. If you were confused by the complex T-spins in this video, or didn't have a clue what was going on, first of all, how'd you make it this far in the video? But actually, you're in luck because I have other T-spin guides on this channel, which I'll leave some links for in the description. If those aren't sufficient, or you prefer a personalized one-on-one learning experience, you can also check out my Fiverr where I offer Tetris coaching. With that being said, thanks for watching everyone. I'll see you next video. Or on my stream at twitch.tv/garbocan_.